is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to continue working on our 2018 Dodge Charger police vehicle, and as you've seen in the previous video, we actually started installing our supercharger system. We got most of the main components on, like our intercooler, the supercharger itself, all the plumbing, bigger injectors, but we are not done right there because we still got a good bit of work left on our hands, like upgrading our fuel pump, relocating a few things, and then last but not least, throwing a tune on this thing so this thing can run right. So let's go ahead, not waste any time, jump into our fuel tank and upgrade our fuel pump. Alright guys, so this is probably going to be our most time consuming and tedious part of this project because everything is just so small and very hard to work with, but we're managing to do so with these very good instructions right here. As you can tell, this is our bigger fuel pump that we're trying to fit into here. I actually got a way smaller sock on here too compared to this large one right here, which looks kind of dirty, you know? This is a 2018 with 20,000 miles and the fuel sock is already kind of black. I don't know if that's meant to be like that or not, but anyways, here's our upgraded fuel pump. We got a bunch of little siphons that we have to install, bigger tubes. I guess this is just gonna make it push the fuel a lot faster to the front of the car. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing back together and running. Alright guys, so that was pretty fun trying to figure out how everything works. Hopefully we done it right, but the fuel pump is already in, fastened up. Now we're gonna move on to the front. I think we gotta relocate our what is it called?
Coolant reservoir tank.
Our coolant reservoir tank, and then route a little bit of hoses. I think we should be good, and then we're gonna throw on that tune that it came with and hopefully get this thing running. guys, so our reservoir tank is actually relocated. It comes with this nice one from ProCharger right here. It goes directly on this side instead of right here where the supercharger actually sits. We made sure all the lines are nicely routed everywhere, not touching any belt lines or anything to prevent it from, you know, like rubbing through, making a hole. And we went ahead and actually zip tied this little cooling thing for our power steering. It's nice and flat. I think that's perfect. You know, it'll work. It'll get some nice cold air through here and push right down. So right now we're actually gonna go ahead and install our cold air intake, because instead of filling that up just yet, we want to go ahead and make sure everything is ready. And then once everything is nicely put back together, that's basically a whole entire kit is done except for the tune and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and actually throw in our cold air. I think you have to drill a little bit of things for this to actually attach to it, and then we should be good to go. All right, guys, so we went ahead and started filling up the reservoir tank, and it actually is already all the way up to the rim with just half a gallon. So we're probably gonna have to go ahead and start it and let everything run through. And I wonder if it'll even run, you know what I mean, without the tune and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and actually throw in the relay, the fuel pump relay, and see if this thing will crank.
Think it's gonna shoot flames?
I hope it does.
It might, you know.
That's what I'm going for, is flames.
That's what we're hoping for flames, no tune. No tune flames. That's what it's called.
The good flames, not the bad flames. We don't want no bad flames.
You know what I mean. Good flames. But yeah, I think it'll at least idle. I'm not sure how well it'll idle with them larger injectors without no tune, but we're just gonna have to find out. I mean, we got to get coolant in there somehow.
Yep, let's do it, man. Let's start this sucker up.
Before we fire it up, we're gonna go to the manual right quick for reference, just to be sure.
Start the vehicle and let it go through one heat cycle. After the engine's cooled down, recheck fluid level. So let's go ahead and do that.
So it should idle perfectly fine. I mean, we haven't.
Hopefully, it doesn't say anything about the tune on this. This is just the installation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So let's go ahead and actually start it up.
Fired right up. Woo! There she goes. Do you hear that? Dang.
Sounds like a jet. All right, so we let the car warm up, but the fluid was just not going down. But it does recommend to vacuum or purge the system, which we started doing just now, and it actually is working a lot. It's actually sucking all the air out of the whole entire cooling system, and it's going down pretty quick. So we're gonna keep doing this until it's all the way full, and then we're gonna let it warm up, and I think we should be good, right?
Yep, all we're gonna need after that is a tune, really.
Oh yeah, a tune, but it is running pretty good. It's all running smooth. Just not starting up really good, because probably the fuel pump and the injectors and everything is just not working with the stock computer. But let's go ahead, keep mixing our fluid and keep adding it.
Alrighty guys, so we got all of the air out of the system. It runs really good, it idles really good. The system is completely purged, but we are gonna be doing the tune tomorrow in the morning because it is super late. We did get an early start, so we'll catch you guys then. All right, so it is the next day here. It did start raining on us, but no big deal. We're actually about to pull the car in the garage, and we're gonna start installing that tune for the very first time. Hopefully we can get this thing running right. That way we can take it down the street, and we do got the optimal conditions for this all-wheel drive system. So let's go ahead, pull it in the garage, and try to get this thing tuned. All right, let's do that first cold start. Or we did, I don't know, have we did a cold start yet?
We kind of did, but this is the first, you know, got a little bit wet. You know, the supercharger got a big hole, like you can see from the hood, you know.
Got a little bit of wear and tear. First wear and tear cold start right here.
Ready?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Really smooth, dude.
It does, dude.
And we did not mention this, but this is a 50-state legal supercharger. Like,
oh yeah,
it goes through all the emissions, I mean, it's just legal. It's a legal supercharger, so you can basically boost your car and be legal, you know what I mean? That's crazy, so let's go ahead and pull it in the garage.
Shoo-wee, man.
Thing sounds so good. It sounds like a jet, honestly, but let's go ahead and actually pull out our tuner. I think this is it right here. Who's it made by? Yeah,
Intune tuner.
Intune i3. So this thing is a electronic tuner, right? It's all electronic. Right here's our tuner. So all we got to do is plug this sucker in. I guess everything's on here, all the instructions, and hopefully get this thing tuned, because I think the engine light did cut on, probably because bigger injectors, bigger fuel pump, but hopefully we can get this thing tuned, take it down the road, and try to spin all 4 tires.
Alrighty guys, so we actually moved inside the vehicle here because it is raining super loud in our building. But what did we just do? We made sure it was up to date.
We made sure this thing was up to date. We're all good there, but it says we have to remove the cooling fan fuse and the fuel pump fuse. So we're gonna go ahead, probably hop back there, see if it's up there or up there. I know the fuel pump fuse is back there, but the cooling fan may be up there. So let's go ahead, pop them 2 fuses out, and then we're gonna connect our tuner.
And we're gonna do just an easy tune for now. We're not gonna dyno it or anything. I know that'd be ideal to get the most power out of it.
Which we're probably gonna do. We're gonna definitely try to get this thing dyno tuned to get
eventually,
it, you know, to get it working perfectly,
we need
properly.
All that boost. We need all the boost it has, really. But we are gonna be able to put in like our tire size, gear ratio, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, everything that we've done to the car, basically.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put it all on here, download our stock file, and then we're gonna probably send it out to a Pro Chargers so they can have our stock file. And if we need to do a custom tune, they can either send one out, or we can go ahead and get a tuner to do it on an all-wheel drive dyno. For us, it's kind of hard because not a lot of people around here actually tune cars, especially all-wheel drives. But if we have to, we'll drive a good bit to get this sucker
If we have
tuned.
to, we'll buy a dyno.
Yeah, if we have to buy a dyno and start tuning
Them
ourselves.
suckers are expensive, but that would be awesome. I'd love to
Maybe in our
learn
new
how to-
shop.
Maybe in our new shop.
We'll get an all-wheel drive dyno or something like that. But for now, let's go ahead and see if we can get this sucker tuned, because I am ready to hear this thing rip.
Alrighty guys, so we were just getting ready to throw a basic tune onto the Charger, but we totally forgot about our PCM. This is a 2017 plus model, so this is actually a 2018, but that requires unlocking the PCM by Diablo before this actual tuner can tune the ECU, something along those lines.
I think the 15s all the way up to 17s or all the way up to 16s, it doesn't matter, but 17 and up, you have to unlock that PCM. Just like every other new vehicle nowadays, everything's just getting harder and harder to tune. But we did talk to Diablo Tuner, and they're gonna actually hook us up with the overnight. So we're gonna have to overnight it right now to them, and then hopefully they overnight it right back.
Exactly, that's the easiest way to do it. So we're gonna have to actually take that PCM out. I believe it's somewhere up front there in the engine bay, and then we're gonna send it out to them and hopefully get it back probably Friday. So I don't know if we're gonna rip this thing in this video, because I don't think it's safe. Do you think it's safe if we could rip it with
I really don't know. I don't believe so, but we're just gonna keep it, you know, keep it safe for right now, and actually go ahead and throw the whole entire car back together, because we still got a ton of work to do. We got a whole entire front end to put back together, our bull bar, everything. So let's go ahead, pull that PCM out, send it off, and then start putting together this front end.
Let's do it.
All right, so before we actually pull that PCM out, we're actually gonna go ahead and leave it in there so we can move the car around so we can throw this front end back together. And then once we do that, we're gonna pull it out and then ship it out.
Alrighty guys, so we quickly just relocated our PA speaker from up front to the back here because that's like the best place where it would work. Up front, we don't want to restrict any of the airflow, and anywhere else in the engine bay, there's just other stuff there. So right now we're actually gonna shut the hood and see what it sounds like. It may like speak through this little vent right here. What do you think?
I mean, we got a hood with like 3 vents, so maybe a little bit louder. Maybe vibrate that hood because that thing is pretty loud.
That thing is an ear piercer. So let's go ahead and
yeah, fire it up. Press the horn or something. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it all the way.
It may be quieter once we pop that front bumper on as well, but let's just see what it sounds like now.
Yep, just send it.
Roger that.
That's pretty loud, man.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
That thing is loud. Is the volume all the way up?
That's all the way up. I'm about to make some supercharging noises for you.
All right, go ahead. That's crazy. Sounds just like a supercharger, man. Anyways, it works.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dang good. Now let's go ahead and put together the rest of that front end and the bull bar.
All right, guys, so we got the whole entire front end back together. You can see the intercooler peeking through right there. It looks freaking awesome. And we got the supercharger peeking through right there as well, which looks super good, dude. I love how it came out perfectly over this little vented area. But right now, we're actually gonna go ahead and pull the car where it's gonna actually stay because we need to pull that PCM out. It's not gonna be moving no more, so let's go ahead and actually park it, pull that PCM out, and ship it out.
Thing smells a little funky. Hopefully we're not running too lean or something.
What?
I said it smells a little funky. Hopefully we're not running too lean or whatever, but give them one pull just for the heck of it. If it blows, it's all on us, man.
All right, I'll turn it around.
We got a spare engine somewhere back there. No, just go to the end of the driveway
and go pull up.
Give it a little launch. I just want to hear a little bit of that supercharger. Right. Or you can go ahead and do it now in reverse too. Alright, so we actually pulled the car in one more time. Before we pull that PCM, a good subscriber of ours actually sent us some decals for the side of this vehicle. So let's go ahead and actually unpackage them, see what they look like, and slap them on the side of this car. Yeah, we were just about to go ahead and start working on that PCM, but it was raining outside, so we wouldn't be able to install these. Dang.
And we got some canine unit right here.
Yes, sir. We're going to slap those on as well.
Turn it around.
Dude, that's going to look pretty dang sick, I got to say.
That looks good. So we're going to actually cut this off. The Simply Built, because we're probably gonna put this towards the bottom of the vehicle, just like where the county goes right there.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and actually cut this sucker off, put it up to the car, and I just wanna go ahead and slap them on because this is gonna look sick.
Alrighty guys, so finally both of the decals are on. They look absolutely amazing. I love how nice and clean it looks. We're not sure about the Simply Built decal just yet. Let us know what you guys think, and let us know what you guys think of these decals as well. We have the possibility of changing the look up, but for now that's gonna stay. We absolutely love it. But actually, let's go ahead and pull this car outside and finally pull that PCM out. Bingo.
That's it right there.
And we're gonna swap out this Mopar one that restricts a lot of your power with a Diablo one that's gonna access all them ponies.
Oh yeah, dude, we're gonna open it up all the way.
Yeah, let's hopefully make it in time to the UPS store and where we could overnight this sucker and
have it back in no time.
Yes, sir. All right, so we are here. Let's jump in there and see what they could do us for.
Hopefully they can get us overnight.
Yeah, I know it is kind of late in the day, but we're gonna pop in there and get it sent out.
It was actually like what, like $118?
Yeah, it was $118 to get it there at 8:30, $80 to get it there by 10:30. We opted for the hour earlier one.
So it was a couple of bucks more to get it like 2 hours earlier. So, I mean, that's the best thing to do because we want them to get it done as soon as possible and overnight it back us to us.
Right, but let's go ahead and head home and see what we got going on there.
Let's do it.
All right, so that's actually gonna be a wrap for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on anything. Sucks that we couldn't rip this thing today, but it's coming here real soon, and we're probably gonna take this thing to the drag strip and absolutely tear it up there. Also, guys, be sure to follow us on Instagram at goonzquad, where you can get an inside scoop there before YouTube. And if you haven't, be sure to copy one of the Police Squad shirts because they are almost sold out. So be sure to copy one and help support your boys. So with that being said, thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.